Closure is about efficiency, managing costs, and the company's long-term success.
I think what we're seeing with the current situation is similar to what happened in previous economic slowdowns and downturns.
And let's talk about the world's biggest food company. We are talking about Nestle here.
Nestle, the company that promises a good life for everyone. But what if I told you that their promises are all fake? Nestle is a company that is built on lies and giving fake promises. They have a long history of unethical practices, from exploiting child labor to marketing formula to mothers in developing countries, even though it is not safe for their babies. In this video, we are going to expose Nestle's dark secrets and show you why you should never trust them again. Stay tuned to find out the darkest truth about Nestle. Nestle's journey began in the 1970s, initially targeting a niche market with its invention of baby formula, a product designed to address the needs of mothers unable to breastfeed. However, the company quickly recognized that limiting its customer base to this small segment would not yield substantial profits. This realization prompted Nestle to strategize ways to expand its formula business into a much larger market. The challenge lay in establishing formula milk as not just an alternative, but a superior choice to breast milk, a natural and proven source of nutrition for infants. Nestle aimed to overcome the perception that breast milk offered superior nutritional value and immune-boosting properties. To accomplish this, the company embarked on a multifaceted approach, employing tactics inspired by the advertising practices of cigarette companies from the past, while also considering the ethical implications of such a transformation. But how does Nestle manage all of this on such a grand scale? Well, it's all about the intricately planned propaganda strategies. Stay tuned, as your mind is about to be completely amazed. Nestle's ambitious expansion of its baby formula business hinged on its ability to sway public opinion and persuade consumers that formula milk was not only a viable alternative to breast milk, but in fact a superior option. This calculated maneuver aimed to tap into a broader customer base and maximize profits. Recognizing that breast milk was widely regarded as nature's perfect source of nutrition for infants, Nestle faced the formidable task of overturning this established perception. This endeavor required strategic marketing campaigns and messaging that highlighted formula milk's supposed advantages over breast milk. Such tactics included enlisting the support of medical professionals and influencers to endorse formula milk's benefits, mirroring the influencer-driven approaches adopted by cigarette companies in the past. The underlying goal was to cultivate a sense of trust in formula milk, a product that not only matched but outperformed the natural alternative. This strategic messaging not only fueled Nestle's revenue growth, but also laid the groundwork for a contentious journey marked by ethical concerns and regulatory scrutiny as the company sought to reshape public perception in the pursuit of profit. Nestle's transformation of its baby formula business relied on a propaganda campaign reminiscent of the strategies employed by cigarette companies in the past. Recognizing the power of influencers and medical professionals in shaping public opinion, Nestle leveraged these figures to promote formula milk as a superior choice over breast milk. In a strategic move, Nestle paid doctors and nurses to endorse and recommend their formula products. This tactic aimed to leverage the authority and trust that medical professionals held in society, effectively lending credibility to the message that formula milk was a modern and advanced alternative to breast milk. This approach mirrored the historical practices of cigarette companies that utilized doctors in white coats to endorse smoking as sophisticated and even healthy. Furthermore, Nestle's campaign extended to recruiting influencers and saleswomen dressed as nurses to distribute free formula samples and offer medical advice, particularly in developing regions. This multifaceted strategy sought to manipulate public perception, creating an aura of legitimacy around formula milk while downplaying the benefits of breastfeeding. While successful in expanding Nestle's market share, these practices stirred ethical concerns and sparked debates about the fine line between marketing and medical integrity. Nestle's expansion into Asia and Africa brought about a series of controversies centered around the distribution of formula samples, exacerbated by issues related to illiteracy and hygiene practices. In its pursuit of a larger customer base, the company implemented aggressive marketing strategies in these regions, offering free formula samples through saleswomen dressed as nurses. These tactics encountered significant challenges in areas where illiteracy rates were high. Mothers often struggled to comprehend the instructions for formula preparation, which required clean water and proper hygiene practices. This lack of understanding led to a dangerous misuse of the formula, contributing to health issues among infants. The distribution of formula samples inadvertently disrupted the natural breastfeeding process, causing mothers to cease breast milk production prematurely. Combined with inadequate access to clean water, this practice posed significant health risks to infants and even resulted in fatalities due to diarrhea and other preventable diseases. Nestle's controversial approach exposed the complex intersection of profit-driven expansion, public health concerns, and ethical considerations. The controversies shed light on the importance of culturally sensitive marketing, health education, and responsible business practices, especially when targeting vulnerable populations in developing regions. The expansion of Nestle's formula business faced a critical turning point when concerns arose about the nutritional inadequacy of formula milk and its adverse impact on infant health. The formula, primarily composed of powdered cow's milk, sugar, and vegetable oil, fell short in providing the essential nutrients and disease-fighting properties that breast milk naturally offers. This deficiency resulted in severe health consequences for infants who were exclusively fed formula. Reports revealed that babies consuming formula milk, particularly in unhygienic conditions, were more susceptible to diseases such as diarrhea and pneumonia. These health issues were exacerbated by the lack of immunity-building components present in breast milk. The gravity of the situation prompted Nestle's executives to appear before the U.S. Senate in 1978 to address the mounting concerns. The executives faced intense scrutiny regarding the safety and nutritional value of their formula products. This event marked a significant moment in the public's growing awareness of the potential risks associated with formula milk, and it spotlighted the ethical responsibility of corporations to prioritize infant health over profits. The 1978 questioning underscored the critical need for rigorous standards in infant nutrition and compelled Nestle to reevaluate its marketing practices and formula formulations to ensure safer and more nutritionally complete alternatives for parents and caregivers. Nestle's foray into the water business brought to light a new avenue for profit generation, characterized by the sale of bottled tap water with substantial markups. The company recognized the universal need for clean drinking water and capitalized on this necessity by packaging tap water from various sources as premium products, marketed under the allure of clear mountain springs and pristine fountains. While tap water itself is generally inexpensive, Nestle's packaging and branding transformed it into a high-value commodity, commanding prices far beyond its actual production cost. A single tanker of tap water acquired for a minimal price could be transformed into thousands of plastic bottles and resold at a staggering markup, reaching tens of thousands of dollars in revenue. This practice raised concerns about ethics and transparency, as consumers were often led to believe that the bottled water was sourced from exotic locations rather than simply filtered tap water. Additionally, Nestle's practices spotlighted the broader conversation about the privatization of a basic necessity like water and the socio-economic implications of profiting from a resource that many consider a human right. Nestle's involvement in the water business highlighted the tension between corporate profit motives and the ethical considerations surrounding access to clean water for all. Nestle's endeavors were further marred by its involvement in the cocoa supply chain, where child labor and slave-like practices were prevalent. The company's reputation took a significant blow when it was revealed that the cacao beans used in its products were harvested through exploitative means, involving the labor of children and vulnerable individuals. Nestle's failure to effectively address these labor violations underscored the complex challenges of overseeing global supply chains and the difficulties in ensuring ethical practices throughout them. The company's struggle to fulfill its promises highlighted the stark contrast between corporate rhetoric and the lived realities of those within the cocoa-producing communities. This contentious chapter in Nestle's history cast a harsh spotlight on the responsibility of multinational corporations to uphold human rights and fair labor practices, particularly when profiting from global supply chain. It also demonstrated the necessity for sustained efforts, transparency, and collaboration to effect meaningful change in industries plagued by systemic issues. Nestle faced a significant ethical dilemma when it refused debt forgiveness to famine-stricken Ethiopia, highlighting the tension between business interests and humanitarian concerns. The company's acquisition of a German firm in Ethiopia led to a debt owed by the Ethiopian government. As the country grappled with one of the worst famines in history, the debt grew in importance, representing a significant sum that could have been allocated to providing much-needed aid and resources. Nestle's decision not to forgive the debt sparked outrage and condemnation from the international community, leading to widespread boycotts of the company's products. Critics argued that the refusal to show leniency in the face of a humanitarian crisis demonstrated a lack of compassion and a prioritization of profit over the lives of those in need. Nestle's journey has led it to become the largest food company on a global scale, marked by an expansive presence in 190 countries and a staggering portfolio of nearly 2,000 brands. This immense reach encompasses various sectors, including food, beverages, and other consumer goods. However, this dominance is accompanied by a reputation steeped in controversy. So that is it for this video. Subscribe if you want to watch more.